What's up, guys? This is the second half of part 2 for dynamic wave. In my first video, I talked about the dynamic wave type, and in this video, I will be talking about the dynamic wave carrier, which there are 3 different types: circular, square, and your stairs wave. Also, I'll be going over dynamic strength, what it does, how it might affect your ADS and your AA. And hopefully, once you guys have watched this, you would know a little bit more about the dynamic wave and its carrier. So to start it off, the dynamic wave carrier is compared to like a music production. Carrier signals can be controlled by a modulating signal to change the sound property of an audio, and basically it can make it sound or give it a sense of depth and also of movement. So kind of along the lines of which I said in my last video, wave frequency or radio waves. You can change it or magnify it or edit it. This is kind of along those lines. So I'll get into the different type of carriers for you guys. So first off, of course, we have the circular carrier. A lot of you guys from Alpha FPS should know about circular due to the circular shapes that was ran in the aim assist in Alpha. Well, now you have the circular wave, and it basically gives the circular movement or circular polar movement it gives the circular movement to cyber polar. Basically, you know, when you ADS and you're just ADS and you'll see it going around in a circle, tiny circle, or depending on how big or how small your radius is, you will see the circle either more or less. Of course, bigger radius, you're going to see the circle a lot more. Smaller radius, it's going to be a lot smaller. On to the square wave, it basically gives the square movement to the cyberpolar. So basically, it draws out an actual square, left, up, right, down. And if you're ADSing to the right, of course, you're going right, up, left, down. Again, your radius affects how big or how small that wave is going to be, or you'll be able to see the drawing of the wave. Last but not least, you have your stairs carrier. Exactly like it states, it is in a drawing of stairs. I believe if you're going to the left, it is left, up, left, up. If you're going to the right, then it's right, up, right, up. And it's pretty much adding the stair movements or stair drawings to your dynamic wave. A lot of people see these here. A lot of people see these here and think it is stick drift. And it's not stick drift unless you just have major stick drift with the old controller. But it is honestly your AI or AA wave, dynamic wave. You see it drawing it out, either circular, square, or stairs. I'll go over the different scenarios or game modes I would use it in. Circular, to be honest, I would use circular in Warzone or Modern Warfare. It would have to be tailored more towards multiplayer or ground war. You can use it in BR mode. Circular works good with those mid-range. I feel like it stands out more in the mid-range area. You get some AA long range, but mostly you're close to mid-range and more so over mid-range over anything is where that circular is really going to stand out at. It's just super strong at mid-range for some reason. Now your square, I honestly wouldn't run square. Well, actually, let me go back. Let me recant that. Circular also works great. Honestly, it works better in Cold War than it does Warzone. Due to Cold War's aim assist being so strong, circular just works magic. Whether it be zombies, whether it be regular TDM, or if you're playing Dirty Bomb. Either way, circular is a Cold War AA to use, a wave carrier to use. Now, Square, I honestly would keep more in Modern Warfare and more so multiplayer, unless you are a run and gun type of player. That would be the time I use it within Warzone. And when I say run and gun, I mean the ones that like getting into the close range gunfights within those 20 to 50 meter gunfights. That is where Square comes pretty in depth. The AA is super strong within those close range, overly strong within close range, and you can get, I want to say, about 50 meters of lock with Square. You just got to take into account if your radius is bigger, it is going to draw their stair shape, and just know it might take you somewhat out of the AA bubble. But like I said, if you are a run and gun player and you like the close range battles, Square is the way to go. For as Cold War, I really wouldn't recommend it for Cold War, as well as Stairs Wave, which I'm getting on now. I wouldn't recommend either one of these two for Cold War, for Dirty Bomb or multiplayer. Both of these work good in zombies, but when you get inside multiplayer Dirty Bomb, since the AA is super strong, using one of these will pull you completely out of the AA bubble. You're still more than welcome to try. My goal here is just to explain what each of them does, and how they might affect your AA. Now, Stairs in Warzone, in multiplayer in Warzone, in Ground War Warzone, or just BR Warzone in general, is an all-around carrier, close, mid, or far. And I'm guessing it's due to how the wave is drawn out in that stair pattern, to where you literally can hit 3 different parts of a enemy's body. And honestly, you can stick to 3 different parts all within one shot. Meaning if I started shooting at the legs, it can make its way up to his chest. Or if I started shooting at the chest, it still could end with a headshot, due to how the pattern is drawn out and how strong the AA is with this type of carrier. For his Cold War, like I stated before, I really wouldn't recommend it because the AA is super strong. So you might start in the AA bubble and then get pulled out once the shape is drawing to its next step. Now, for as running it with I wouldn't really recommend running Stairs or Square with a super large radius, due to the fact of how the pattern does draw out. And with running a large radius anyway, you will see the screen shake. I preferably run it between that. I think the most I would run it is 16 max radius, but if you're going to be using it, I would definitely recommend it for Warzone. But that's pretty much it for the carriers, as there is only 3. It's pretty plain and simple. You're pretty much getting modulated by the actual types. So I say try out each carrier with each type. Whatever suits you best, that's the one you're going to want to use. I have multiple versions or save slots for different game modes that I play. I advise you guys to do the same. It would just make life a whole lot easier. But now going into the strength. Now, the wave strength is going to dictate how strong that wave pattern is moving, or how least or less it's moving. As I went through the different wave types, you've seen which ones use min and max, which ones just use max, which ones fluctuated. That all plays a part with the wave strength. Now, know, the stronger your wave strength is within your AA, you may get the screen shake, depending on the rest of your settings, which I will go in the rest of the guide. And also, sometimes we have noted that stronger strength tends to pull or get a random pull using certain types of the waves. Preferably, I would recommend you guys test this with 12 and 6 while you are testing all the waves and the wave carriers to get a feel for it. If you need to increase, I would say increase by 2. If you need to decrease, then decrease it by 2. Min, if you're going up by 2 on your max, I will go up by 2 on my min as well. If you're going down by 2, you really shouldn't. After you get to 4, I feel like 4 is the lowest. You should go on your min, and 4 is your max. If you're going down around 8, and that's 8.4 or of course 12.6. Just test within those parameters, see which one works for you, which one gives you less screen shake, because everybody's going to be different. In game settings, controller type, what condition it's in, all of that plays a part when it comes to running these settings. But if it didn't do explaining, I hope I helped you guys understand dynamic wave carrier, strength, and type a little better. Be on the lookout for the rest of the guide tomorrow. Thank you.